Hi guys, so we are the 12th of February 2021 and this will be a very different video than what I normally do. So most of the time on my channel you guys can find videos about trading, about analysis, about tips and tricks and things like that. This is not really this kind of video. It's even, I would say, a video that is more for me in the first place, but I thought of why not just record this and then post that on YouTube for you guys as well. Maybe that it will help some of you guys, or maybe that it will inspire some others, or whatever. So the reason why I'm making this video is to talk about what I am experiencing right now with my trading account and kind of share with you guys what I think of it, my perspective of that, my emotions, and the whole process that goes around this. So just to give you guys a bit of context so you understand where I'm coming from with this. I've been trading for almost 6 years now. I should say, learning about trading, and then I started to trade about 15 months after. So in reality, it's been around 4 years and a half, let's say, that I've been trading with real money. So I started to trade with real money when I was 16 years old. And so at that time, I did not have a lot of money. I had a really small capital. My first trading account had about $200 in it. And then over the years, I've been able to grow this account, make more money, and over time just compound the account and get it to bigger numbers, and eventually, trade on 5 and 6 figures account and even more than that. This was the journey if we really keep it simple like that. And so, throughout this whole journey, so year after year, I was growing my account by, most of the time over 100% every year. There were even years where I've made more than that. I had years where I made a bit less than that, but every year was basically quite meaningful in terms of percentage growth of the account. Now, just like I mentioned, I was pretty young and I did not have a big capital to start with, which means that even if I was making big returns in terms of percentage, in terms of the money, it was not really significant because I just did not have much money. So even if in terms of percentage, it was kind of, it was kind of impressive. In terms of the money, it was not so much. So, it was really easy to kind of, manage and all of these things. Fast forward today. I've been trading, as I said, for let's say 4 years and a half with real money, and it's been about 6 years that I've been into trading as a whole. Now my account today is much bigger. I trade on large numbers, and at the moment of recording this video, I'm up quite a lot actually on the market. So I'm trading on 2 different accounts right now. I have my main account and I have an account that I started just for fun with a much higher and a more aggressive risk management. So the main account is up about 50% and the other account is up about 400%. So those are pretty meaningful numbers, especially now that on the main account there is much more money in this account. So it's actually pretty, significant, and I'm actually having the best time that I've ever had in terms of trading and in terms of results. So at the moment, I have about 10 to 15 trades open. 90% of these trades are in huge profits, and a lot of that profit is already secured as I keep moving my stop loss as the trend keeps going. And the reason why I've had so much growth on my accounts, even in the last year where we had big volatility and big moves on the market, is simply that I have a trading style that allows me to capture big moves, and that when we have big moves like that and big trends, I'm able to stay in the move for very long and capture a whole part of it. So I have trades that I've been in for almost a year. So for example, I think my longest trade right now has been 8 to 9 months, and it's on sugar. So I will post a screenshot here just so you guys can see. I have multiple positions on this trade, but if you look at the first position, I think it was in May of 2020. So it's been close to 1 year that I've been in this trade. And so this is just one example, but just look at this. and then realize that there are about 10 other trades that look very similar to sugar. Some of them have smaller profits, some of them have pretty much the same profit secured and things like that. But all of that to say that I'm up quite a lot. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I just want to capture this moment in my trading journey, put it on video, as I said, mainly for me, but I will also post this for you guys. Maybe that it will, inspire you in some ways. And I want to share with you guys what I think of this and how I manage, as I said, my emotions and all of these things while this is happening. Because, as I said at the beginning of my journey, even if I had, big growth in terms of percentage, the money was not so significant at the very beginning. But now, even if in terms of percentage it's big, well, it's also big in terms of the money. And so when, these situations start to happen in your trading, when you get better, when you improve, when you grow your account, you need to be able to manage this, right? So when you see so much profit floating on the market that are not closed, well, you need to keep a rational mind. You need to stay logical. You need to not let your emotions take control over you. So on the main account, as I said, it's up around 50%. And a lot of that profit is already secured. So there's not too much risk, relative to that. And then on the smaller account, it's up 400%. I started this small account, by the way, just to experience, what it was like at the beginning when I was using a higher risk, and to see what kind of returns we could get with these kinds of markets. And I think that I've proven this enough. If you know how to trade and if you know how to ride these trends, especially in a market environment such as the one that we have today, the potential is absolutely insane. And so this is what I'm experiencing right now. So these trades are still running. I think that they will keep running. So at the time of recording this video, it's up 400% or 50%, depending on which one you want to look at. But I think that if these trends keep going, which for some of these trades, I think that they will keep going, which means that I will be able to secure even more profit. Well, these numbers can just keep growing, and who knows, right, to what it can get to, but it can even get much more crazier than that. And so throughout this whole process, right, it's really, really important to know how to manage your emotions. And this will mainly come from experience and from just living this situation. And so I'm making this video so that if, for you guys, if at one point in your trading you get exponential growth and it really starts to move fast and you make more and more money, if you have a hard time to manage this, you can come back on this video and watch me go through this situation, and you will see what you have to do. So it is really important to manage your emotions, and the best way to do this is to not pay too much attention to the money in itself. So even if we're talking about big money and big returns and things like that, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is that you manage each trade the right way. So I look at all the trades that I have. I go through them one by one, and the only question that I ask myself is, am I managing this trade correctly? That's the only thing that matters. If the answer is yes, that's perfect, regardless of the outcome of the trade, regardless if I lose money or if I break even or if I make a shitload of money. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is, am I managing my trades the right way? Is it what I should be doing? Am I following my system? Am I respecting my risk management? Am I following the process that I know I should be following? And it's always these questions that come in mind. And so if the answer to these questions is yes, then you are doing exactly what you should be doing. If the answer is no, for whatever reason, if you decided to cut the trade too early because you were excited for the profit, if you decided to risk too much, if you skip a trade that you had to take and that was within your plan, then all of these things to me are mistakes. And you should not make these mistakes, especially as a professional trader. And so I believe that one of the reasons why I've been able to get so good of results in the last few years, and why it's still the case today, is because I'm a perfectionist. I don't know if that's how we say it, but you guys get the point, right? I try to avoid making mistakes as much as I can. Now, I'm human. I'm not a robot. I'm not perfect. So I know that I will maybe make a mistake here and there. But I really try to kind of be really sharp on everything that I do, on all the trades that I take, and to manage them the best way possible. It doesn't take a lot of time actually, but it takes a lot of mental energy. It's really draining, to manage so many trades at the same time, to look at these trades every single day, to look at, okay, where can I move the stop loss? Then, what will be the risk on this trade? Will it be balanced to the other trades and things like that? So it doesn't take, a long time, but it does drain a bit of energy. And so that is the reason why you have to stay extremely focused and also be really patient. So just like I said, I've been in a sugar trade for almost a year, but that's just one example. And there are plenty of other trades that I have right now, which I've been in for, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, and all of these numbers, right? And as I said, if these trends keep going, well, who knows? I might just stay in these trades for years. It's not impossible. And so as I keep riding these trends, well, my patience is being tested. And so I need to remain patient. I need to remain calm. I need to remain logical, and I need to remain rational. And so if I'm able to do all these things, then the outcome will be extremely positive, which is the case right now. But realize that it all comes down to me following my process, which led me to get in this position. And so these kind of returns for me are not, how can I say that? They are not that surprising, because in the last few years, I've had these returns as well. As I told you guys, I've doubled my account multiple times. I don't even know how many times. I've stopped counting that, especially at the beginning when I was using a more aggressive risk management, just like I'm doing on my second account. So it's not that surprising for me to get these returns, but what is starting to feel a bit more surprising is the amount of money that these returns are generating. So before that, it used to be, at the beginning it was, maybe $50, then 100, right? Like when I was with a very small account, then a few hundreds, then a few thousand, then a few tens of thousands, and so on and so forth, right? So you get to a point where, when you open your account and you see a large amount of money that is just floating on the market, for some people, it might be a bit disturbing. And so as you keep going into your trading and as you grow your account, you will get to this point if you just do things the right way and if you are patient throughout this journey. And so that is what is hard for a lot of people. In trading, you make most of your money at the end of your career, right? So the beginning is very slow. You don't make a lot of money. You try to learn, you try to compound a small account. But then if you do all of these things successfully, you get to a point where you have a lot of money in your account, and where, even if you compound the account still with the same percentage or even less, the amount of money that you make is still really significant, and it is important, and it's becoming more and more and more important to know how to deal with this and how to not let the money aspect impact you. So that's kind of the idea, and that's where I'm at right now with my trading. I don't talk too much about my trading directly on YouTube, but one place that I do cover my trading is in my private group. So on the course that I offer, which is in the description, by the way, so if you guys are interested, you can check this out. But in the course that I offer, I record a weekly video. So every week I record a video where I show all my analysis, all my trades, and I update students on what I'm doing in my trading. So everything that I'm talking about right now in this video is all documented week after week after week after week. All my students, saw when I took these trades, how I managed these positions, when I move my stops and things like that. So it's all in there. It's already all documented, but I wanted to make a public video to kind of, let's say, recap this last year that I've had in trading, and just kind of update you guys on what I'm doing. So this is not something that I normally post about or talk about on YouTube, but today I just felt that why not, share this with you guys, because at the end of the day, the reason why I'm doing all of this and why I love to create content for you guys is simply to share what I know, share my experience, share my knowledge, and most importantly, share my journey with you guys. So I'm pretty young. I'm only 20 years old. And I've had pretty good success, let's say, in trading, especially for someone of my age. And so I think that it can be helpful to others if I share my journey, if I share my experience, so that you guys can also learn something from it, or maybe just get some inspiration or something like that. So that's pretty much it. I think I said everything I wanted to say. I could talk like this for for quite a long time actually, but I don't want to make this video too long. I think I got the point right. And yeah, so I just hope that this video, as I said, inspired you guys or maybe gave you some direction. If you have any questions, or if you have any, trouble in your training or whatever, you can drop a comment under the video, and that will be a pleasure for me to help you and just try to guide you the best way that I can. And yeah, so if you guys enjoyed the video, don't hesitate to leave a like, and you can also share it if you want. And yeah, so on that, take care, trade with care, manage your money well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.